For today's lesson, we are going to compare and order real numbers. If you want, you can go into today's date in Canvas modules and you can print the notes, or you can just follow along with me. All right, so let's look at our first example we're going to do together. We have that Melanie listed a set of measurements on a chart. Her numbers appear below. Okay, here are her numbers below. We are going to order the set of numbers from greatest to least, and greatest is going to be our larger numbers, our bigger numbers, and then these are going to be our smaller numbers. All right, and so to get ready, let's review how to order the real numbers based on the scenario. Okay, so we did that. All right, so now we're going to convert into one form of rational number or approximate values. So it does look like we're going to have to estimate. This is not a perfect square root. Square root of 61 is irrational. So we do need to convert into one form of rational number. So they all need to be like all whole numbers, all decimals, all fractions. I always suggest converting our numbers all to decimals. Okay. What type of real number do you want to use to order numbers? We're going to choose decimals. How can you approximate the values? All right. So we are going to use decimals. All right. And we're just going to approximate the values by, especially the square root of 61, our strategy of converting this to a fraction and then a decimal. All right, let me scroll down. Again, we are not using a calculator. All right, so we're not ready to order. Let's go ahead and convert. All right, and then we're just going to put our numbers here. So 7, it's just 7.0, right? Our percent, this is where our decimal is, right? And to undo a percent, you can divide it by 100 or move it to the left twice. So this is 8.5, and I'm just going to rewrite it to make it look nicer. This is already a decimal. It's 5.49, and it's repeating. I think we can leave that alone. 33 fifths, we can divide that. 33 divided by 5. Let's go ahead and do that in this space right here. And 5 goes into 33 6 times. Write down your 0. And 5 goes into 36 times. So it's exactly 6.6. All right, so let's go over this. We have the square root of 61. And we know that falls between two perfect square roots. So if you want to refer back to your notes from yesterday, the perfect square number line, you'll see that it falls between the square root of 49, which is 7, and the square root of 64 is 8. Okay, so we can already see that the square root of 61 is between 7 and 8. So we already know that our whole number is going to be 7. Now we need to get our decimal. Okay, so we're going to find the distance. Square root of 1 is partly there, right? So what is the distance from 49? So 61 minus 49 is 12. And then to get your denominator, the distance from 64 to 49. Okay, and that is 15. Okay, but again, we want to convert to decimal. So we're going to do 12 divided by 15. Let me move over here. Extend that. 15 goes in, cannot go into 12. It can go into 120 8 times, and that's evenly. So 7, so 8 tenths So 7 8/10. So now we have them all converted to decimals. Now we're ready to order. We're going to order based on directions and convert back into original form. So your original form, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go ahead and figure out which order, again, from greatest to least. So our greatest number is 850%, and then 7.8. So we're going to order this one first, the square root of 61 second, and our third largest number is 7. Our fourth largest number is 33/5, and our smallest number is 5.49, repeating. Okay, so we're going to order the real numbers. Remember to convert back to their original form. Okay, so we said 850 was first. So we're converting it back to the original form, or the original form that it was given to us. Okay, we're not going to put 8.5. Okay, points would be deducted. Alrighty. And then we said our second one was the square root of 61. And then our third was 7. Our fourth, 33/5. And our last one is 5.49, repeating. Make sure you include the repeating. All right, so we are ordering real numbers using a visual representation, which is a number line. So number lines and other visual representation can help you verify the order of real numbers. We're going to graph the real numbers from the scenario above. Okay, and again, this is why it's good to convert to decimals, because you can see where we are going to place them here. Okay,